Welcome to today's training, how to regain your confidence after stroke. Please remember, this is here to serve you, okay? This is definitely about you and it's about your growth and it's not about me. It's up to you to get the most from it and to work on yourself to become more equipped to enjoy the life that you want as you move forward. I'm here to help you conquer this after stroke journey. And so a couple of things before we get started here. This is going to be very informal. Although we have these slides, it's mostly to help inform you. I won't be looking at the chat box, and quite honestly, you're most likely watching a replay of this webinar, frankly. So please feel free to email at the end of this, or if you have any questions, I can help you answer. Just like I said, email me and we'll go through that. Most importantly, though, is that you take this training and do something with it. My promise to you is that you will continue to gain confidence and begin to live the life that you really desire, even if you don't know what that may be right now. If you're willing to work towards it and toward that end, you're going to find it. For sure, if you're not the type of person who is willing to work towards getting better, and you're just looking for something to do, then really this is not your deal, because this is real. So remember this, and remember this is about you. You've got to make the choice for yourself to continue to make progress. Let me start by asking a couple of questions. Will this base program help you? Well, let me start by saying if you're the type of person that has the ability to create some habits to give you a more fulfilled life, a life that has more satisfaction, then you're on the right track. If you're interested in becoming more productive, more focused on something that will change your life for the better, then yeah, you're on the right track. My promise to you is that you will continue to gain confidence and begin to live the life that you desire, even if you don't know what that might be right now, if you're willing to work toward that end. Now, if you're not the type of person who's willing to work toward this, then let me just say, don't waste your time here. If you're serious, then expect to see some results as you continue to work on this. And if you're ready to learn to enjoy and have an open mind towards your own growth, then you are in the right place. If you're serious about your own growth and the potential you'll see as you continue on your own journey, and serious about that emotional feeling, the emotionally feeling alive toward a renewed purpose, then expect to see results as you continue to work through this. And if you're ready to learn, to hopefully enjoy and have an open mind towards your own growth, then let's get on with it. Be sure to take some notes if possible. Even if this is something you feel you know, it's going to help you. There have been many times where I have a coach helping me and I know the answer and I'm like, I could have figured that out, or I'm thinking about it a lot. But with someone else sharing these things, it may just trigger an action for you. So are you ready to change your life for the better? Now, just one more quick message before we head down the regaining your own confidence. I'm going to give you a code at the end of this webinar or something, maybe just my email that you can reach out to me so that you can get a free mentoring call with me. You know, it's to help you on your strength after stroke journey. If you're willing to watch this webinar, which I'm going to try to keep it about 30 minutes or so, I'll give you this free gift. I know it sounds a bit, braggadocious or something, but I've had many clients that pay for my service, and I believe they're making huge progress in their after stroke life. I don't take this lightly, and this is about you and your life. So I want you to be serious about it. Let me introduce myself a bit. My name is Keith Taylor, and I had my stroke about 11 years ago. I remember I remember being home alone for the first time in months. And what happened was I had my stroke and went through the hospital period and all that. And then I was home, and actually my wife was home with me for a while. And so I remember being home for the first time in months, and I'm staring out this second story window of my bedroom where it was fall and the colors were all changing. I could see the mountains rising up. It was a gorgeous day, and I'm thinking about ending my life. I'm literally thinking about ending it all. It's debating suicide. And I thought, what would things look like for my family if I was gone? Would they have things a little easier, not having to babysit and manage me? Was I going to be this incompetent forever? You know, I had plenty of life insurance, and I was honestly thinking that my family would be better off with the life insurance money instead of the burden of having me there. Just a few months prior to this, I'm a sales manager and an owner of a multi-million-dollar manufacturing company. I was preparing to go on a business trip the next day, and of course I was very, very passionate about our company, and we were laying the foundation for a great retirement. We had a plan to sell our company in a few more years, and then after that, you know, I just thought I had worked for so much. I'd worked toward creating something so that my wife and I wouldn't have to worry about the money when I hit my retirement years. And I knew that was coming to fruition. And I had 3 partners. Each of us ran an aspect of the company, and I was the sales manager. One morning I was feeling off a bit. I never did this, but I decided to lay down and take a nap that day. You know, here we were working our business and all the stuff that went on. I never did that. None of us did. And one day I just fell off, and I was like, well, I'm gonna lay down. And so the next thing I know, my wife gets home from work and checked on me. Everything seemed okay at the time, and I ate dinner in bed, I remember, and I stayed there for that night. And I just thought I was coming down with a cold or a flu or something. Babette, who is my wife, left for work the next morning at 5 o'clock, and she checked on me first, and I was feeling okay. So I got up, showered, I was getting ready for my trip, and I got a call from my nephew. We talked about a lot of business stuff and all that early in the morning, but this day he was like, well, what is wrong with you? And I said, I don't know what you're talking about, you know. And he told me just to hang on for a few minutes before heading to Seattle. And I said, okay, you know. And then my business partner called, and we had a similar exchange. So of course I'd had a stroke, and here I am with my daughter Chantel. So here I was the owner of this growing company, working hard but feeling really accomplished about it, and had my retirement all planned out, to feeling depressed. I was napping every day. I wasn't remembering people's names, and I just felt like I wasn't adding any value to my own life or the lives of my family. Then I remember being told by my neurologist at the time that I had about a year and a half left to get better, and that was as good as it was going to get for me. And the worst part about that was I believed him. Even worse yet, really, was that one of my business partners were with me at that appointment, and he believed it as well. So I want to ask you right here, how many of you heard a similar thing from your doctors? You know, make some notes for yourself. I want you to be making your own notes on this journey and be thinking things through. It's really critically important for you to take notes, not only about what happened to you and what you recall, but as you get better and better, it's really important to take notes so that you can always track that. Little side step there. One quick story about my company: we'd have these owner meetings, right? four of us owners. There's a sales manager, which was me, the production manager, customer service, and finance manager. We'd all go around the table every Friday to expand our company, and man, we'd get into some conversations that were really quite hard at times. But after my stroke, and I went back to work for a short period of time, and when I did, they would come around the table, and there were four of us sitting there, and it would get to me, and tears would just start running down my face because I didn't know what to say. I couldn't say what I was thinking, first of all, and I was seriously embarrassed by it. And here I was, an owner, sitting there, and just tears would flow down my face. So the next thing I know, I'm being asked to leave the company that I'd helped build, and one I'd worked so hard to create so that we had a good retirement in a few years, right? And so I'm asking myself, now what? How can I provide for my family? Will I ever live a normal life? What does even a normal life look like after having a stroke? But then, as I'm staring out that window, tears are flowing down my face. It came to me, and I let my focus change. I thought, wait a minute. I must have made it through the stroke for a reason. There must be many more people out there who have had or are going through the same depressed feelings of discouragement that I have. The anger and unhappiness about life changes. All this without my own personal choice of making it happen. And I knew others must be feeling the same way, so as I was standing there looking out the window, suddenly I had a feeling come over me, and I let my focus shift. I can accomplish more. I can be the husband, I can be the father, the grandfather, the friend, all those things that are really important to me. I don't want to be known as someone that ended his life. Think of how self-centered really that is. I didn't want to be someone who gave up on his dream of helping other people. I knew there would be trials and hard times, but did I really want to help? Did I want to be known as somebody who made an impact for others and who can still make that impact? And the answer was yes. Yes, I did want that. So I decided to go on this path of figuring out how could I help other stroke survivors? How could I make a difference in the world of depression and anxiety? So I shifted my thinking, and I started to focus on how to overcome and how to grow my own confidence while helping others who needed it. How could I help rebuild on their own foundations and help them build back in order to gain their own confidence after having such a huge event happen in their lives? So if this is resonating with you, man, just make yourself a note right now. Make yourself that note that yes, I know that happened, but yes, I can make a difference. Yes, I can change. So yeah, there's going to be tough times. There's going to be difficult times. But do you want to make the change and difference for yourself and others? Absolutely you do. I knew I couldn't change the stroke, okay? So I went to work on changing my own attitude. Yes, it takes a lot of time. Yes, it takes a lot of effort. But aren't you in for the results? Aren't you wanting to get better? I know for some it takes more time than others, but that shouldn't stop you from working on your own life. Continue on your own journey of growth. You'll be so glad you did as you look back. I wish I had this when I had my stroke. It gave me that belief. It gave me, that I couldn't live without it, frankly. Now, so for the BASE training, the BASE program stands for belief, attitude, strength, and energy. BASE is the foundation that we all need in order to get on with our life after stroke, to get out of the depths of depression and anxiety and the attitudes of hopelessness, really, After my stroke and my decision to move on with my life, I couldn't find anything that would help me regain my confidence. At least anything that didn't cost a fortune, right? So my insurance wasn't going to pay for that kind of training. So I made up my mind right then, I'm going to build it for myself. At first I had this 70-page booklet that I gave out to people. And then after testing that for quite some time and with some other stroke survivors, I found that it was too much too soon, really. So then I developed a 15-module course, each with its own worksheet and each one running from 5 to 15 minutes long. It can be taken at your own time in order to gain the benefits from the program. This is for stroke survivors who are struggling with how to regain their confidence, and for caregivers who are trying so hard to help their loved one gain their confidence back. It's for those who have had a traumatic stress in their lives and need some training to get their belief back in themselves. It's taken some time, but I'm very proud of helping those that need that positive outlook in order to get their lives back. Now, before we move forward, let's get into some of what the program offers here. Belief is about building your self-importance. It's about making that commitment to changing your focus and releasing those limiting beliefs that we all have. You've got to continue to do the hard work that's needed to increase your confidence and move forward with your life. In this section of the base training, I talk about the difference between having had a stroke and having a self-imposed limitation. Some of the greatest battles are from within, right? You must be willing to change your own life and be committed to change. If you're seeking sympathy for your disabilities, you're going to remain stuck in your own recovery and your own growth. Here are some steps that are going to help you. Decide you do not want to stay stuck in your limitations. I'm assuming that since you're reading this or watching this, program, that you're tired of the anguish and the suffering that the stroke has caused you. And you decided to change. Congratulations on that. You've already taken the first step. Build belief that you can make the changes needed. Take that deep breath and move through the doubt that you'll undoubtedly come up with. Take that one small step every day toward your new goals. Know that you will often have to overcome negative self-talk. There are going to be thoughts running through your mind telling you, I can't do this, or I can't make it. But let's create some new and constructive self-talk to combat the automatic negative programs that are running through your mind. Find people who can help and encourage you. It's critical that you have a coach or a mentor or a partner that can question and challenge you, someone that pushes you but with empathy. Encouragement will help you move forward and help you to rejuvenate your life. Reconnect with the things that make you unique, worthy, and wonderful. Outline your core values and establish a meaningful purpose and concrete goals. Make the commitment. Even though you're making each small step in the process, you must make your commitment massively. Making the commitment doesn't mean you won't have setbacks, but it does mean you won't give up. But are you willing to make the commitment to change? Are you willing to make the decision to do the hard work and put in the effort to make your life better for you and your family's future? That's the question. It's not all roses, not at all. But continuous effort is what it's going to take, and that's where you're going to get the rewards. Now let's talk about your future. What can you do that's going to make a difference in your life? Remember, your stroke does not define you. You've got to believe in yourself. Quit worrying about what others think. It's time to make the shift in this. Quick story. One day early on, I was at the grocery store, and I must have been babbling a little bit. And, I wasn't making the most sense probably as after my stroke. And the lady in front of me was definitely bugged by my inability. And when she left, she made me think, oh no, I wonder what she's thinking about me. But then it came to me, she isn't going to think about me in just seconds, right? She's thinking about all the stuff she has to do. She's worrying about what others are thinking of her. And I made that decision right then and there to quit worrying about what others are thinking and move toward what's most important to me. Does it still happen? Sure. But I don't worry about what others are thinking about most of the time. And you shouldn't either. It's time to get on with your life, to get on with your own strength after stroke journey. If you can relate to this, make a big yes on your own paper. So let me ask, are you committed? And are you willing to let your focus change? Are you willing to work towards that change? Remember the thoughts from above. It's time to get on with your purpose and your life. It's time to change and build your own long-term success. You can do this. Make the decision, get encouragement, core values, commit to yourself, overcome negativity. You got to know that you can change. Remember and think about this every day. You can do this for yourself. Not only for yourself, but your loved ones as well. Think about your own future. What's it going to look like 6 months, a year, 5 years down the road? It's going to be great when you can feel confident and know that your life is going to be good as you move forward with whatever you decide. Your stroke does not define you. You've got to believe in yourself. Change your attitude to know you're growing each day. Track your progress. I tell people all the time, track themselves, because you don't always know what growth you're having, and you can get depressed. So you're going to gain in your confidence as you move forward in this. This is the reason that I created the BASE program. This helped me get on with my life in a positive way. It helped me become more confident and know that I was still here for a reason. Remember, this is a program that is 15 modules. Each one of them has their own worksheet. Each one is 5 to 15 minutes. It can be taken at your own pace, and you'll get the benefits from the program. Here's a testimony that I had. As of November 2019, Stroke Survivor, the Strength After Stroke BASE program, is a total godsend for me. The program presented me with opportunities to create solutions to manage my way out of the side effects and persisting problems post-stroke and after formal therapy treatment. And that was Darren. Remember, belief is about building your self-importance. It's about making the commitment to changing your focus and releasing those limiting beliefs that we all have. It's about continuing to do the hard work that's needed to increase your confidence and move forward with your life today. You've got to keep a good attitude to make change, right? I realize that this goes back and forth for all of us. I'm no different, you guys. I go through ups and downs as well. But managing your emotions and being positive is a mindset that you've got to have to continue to move forward. Depression can set in, and it can set in if we allow it to do that. Maybe you're dealing with that right now. I know I did. However, if you can gain the right attitude and have something and or someone to help you move forward, you're going to do that. The strength modules are about spending quality time investing in yourself. Let me ask, are you doing that? Are you looking for your full potential after your stroke? Are you wanting to persevere through these tough times? These are questions you have to answer for yourself. So what can you do today? And then we get to the energy section of the training. Here's where we ask, are you looking to find a new passion? Looking for a new vision to move forward with some confidence and the right attitude? You can find that new vision. You can get better and you can move forward. What can you do today? One example here is where I take you through this 7 levels deep dive that will help reignite you with a new purpose, which I went through that, and I just loved it. Really helped me redefine myself. So each module has a video of me talking through each chapter and an action guide that's downloadable and a transcript of the chapter if you prefer that. The base training has a huge value to it. The price for the training is $47.95. But to make it worth more, I thought, what could I do to help you, the people who want the program, even more? So this is, what you get, okay? And there's all these things, and you can look through it, and of course you see these and all the stuff, and I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but it has huge value, okay? So then I thought, well, what else could I do to help the stroke community? So I'm going to do a free one-on-one mentoring call with you as well. It's going to be about you. It's not about me. It's going to be about you. We'll dive into how you're doing, what you want to do, what kind of next steps do you want to take to start moving the direction you want to go. It has huge value. Think about what you'd pay a coach or a mentor for their time to help you. It could be a limitless value. So talking to someone who understands what you're going through, not just any other professional. Here's another quick testimony. I had a stroke the summer of 2021 and found out about this company from my friend. My first contact was Keith, and since then we've become great friends. He's helped me out on a one-to-one basis many times. He's passionate, hardworking, and I really enjoy knowing him. That was from my buddy Jeff. Also, I'm going to give you a book, Just Say Yes to Life. So I belong to an organization where we do a lot of stroke warrior meetings, and this book is 250 pages, and they're all from warriors that had stroke and got themselves better. You can see that Dr. Gary Steinberg recommended it, and Landsberg and all these people who recommended this book, and it's 26 comeback stories. So I'll give that book as well. All this for the price of $47.95. The whole program, the book, and a mentoring session from myself. Okay, so here's a couple of more testimonies. Stacy, and I won't go into that because of timing right now. And then Glenn, I had another, this is another testimony. I've got plenty of those if anybody wants them. So really what it comes down to is if you want to sign up for this, you can go to this web address. It's strengthafterstroke.com/signup. Or you can email me anytime if you want the information for this. It's time to regain your confidence. It's time to make that difference in the world and get that knowing, the knowing that you can continue to grow and feel good about yourself, to find that new passion, a new direction in your life after stroke or a brain accident, whatever it is. Let me ask you, what would a program like this usually cost? What if a program like this would help you conquer those feelings? What can you do to show the commitment to yourself? How are you going to feel when you know that you're on the right track for yourself? Yeah, you're going to have stumbling blocks. We all do. But how are you going to feel knowing that you're moving forward in the direction that you want to do, that you want to go to make yourself more confident? I mean, isn't $49 worth a huge growth in your own journey? So I'm wondering, what about you? Have you lost your confidence? What about your purpose? Are you feeling depressed? Do you feel like you don't have any value moving forward? Now, it's my desire. It's my desire, it's my prayer, it's my hope that you're going to make a huge recovery in your own journey. And I promise you, honest to God, that's what it is. I hope you're going to find the desire and you're going to take action towards that which you love in your post-stroke life. I do care about you. I know I've talked for quite a bit here, and it's critically important as you move on in your after stroke path or brain injury or whatever, but maybe the caregiver's thinking about this, but I do care about you. Lastly, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this. I really appreciate your time and effort and listening, that it takes to go through this. I want you to grow. I want you to prosper in your after stroke life. I really do care about you. So you might receive some emails from me in the coming days. If not, please reach out to me, Keith at strengthafterstroke.com. And I just want to say thank you so much. So have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.